tonight, one dish. That's all you get dirty, I guarantee you. You're going to have a really good meal. And you might eat some vegetables that you don't particularly care for, too. Coming up, hamburger in a pea patch.
Here we are, I'm going to make hamburger in a pea patch, except instead of hamburger, I'm using turkey.
Okay.
So you start with browning whatever meat, ground meat you're going to use. So I'll do it on a medium-high. And turkey is, I don't know what it is. It seems stickier than ground beef. So it doesn't crumble, like it doesn't break down like ground beef, but don't worry about it. Just, work it however you can. While that is starting to brown, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my 1/3 cup of instant rice.
So it's HEB instant rice, but it can be any instant rice, long grain rice.
1/3 cup.
So one of the advantages of this is hamburger in a pea patch. This is ground turkey burger in a pea patch, is that it's one pan. So we're going to cook everything in one dish on the stove. Don't have to get anything else dirty. Just one thing to clean. So pretty cool.
Yes, actually, when this browns, I'm going to add garlic powder, salt, onion soup mix, rice, and water. And I will bring it to a boil, and then I will cover it, and it will simmer for Actually, I'm not going to simmer for 15 minutes because it's instant rice. I'm going to simmer for 5 minutes. What's your difference between instant rice and regular rice? Instant rice has been what you call parboiled. It has been actually partially pre-cooked, which is why it only takes 5 minutes to finish cooking it.
Oh.
But I just want to cook it just a little bit more because the recipe calls to cook for 15 minutes. And I don't know if that is supposed to partially cook the meat even more. Since we're only reducing the time by 2/3, I want to really make sure my meat is cooked all the way. Actually, while it's cooking, I want to get the seasonings just kind of incorporated into it. Yeah, see, that's interesting. I might cook this for 10 minutes before I put the rice in because I believe part of the cooking is going to rehydrate these dried onions in the onion soup mix. So this is about 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder and the same amount of salt. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add the 1.5 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and bring it to a boil, and then I'm going to cover it and probably cook, I'll say 8 minutes just to rehydrate the onion. And then we'll come back in and add the rice and cover and cook for another 5 minutes.
Okay.
And it's starting to boil. I'll cover it, reduce the heat.
Okay, one little side note, little piece of kitchen gadgetry that I first was like, come on, I can open a can. I got a can opener. I know how to do it. But Angela swore up and down about this thing. And I don't know, we were married for like 5-6 years before I finally used it. Oh my gosh, this is the best can opener. This is a Krups Open Master. And we're going to watch how this works. So one of the interesting things about this is it doesn't cut the lid, it only uncrimps it, and voila.
It's still a little sharp around the edges. These I want to drain.
Okay.
You don't want to add the extra liquid to the dish. Okay, so those are ready to be added at the end. In goes the rice, only 1/3 cup.
1/3 cup of instant rice.
Still plenty of liquid here. Supposedly this rice only cooks in 5 minutes, so guess what, folks? We're gonna give it 5 whole minutes. Supposedly the rice is, it looks like cooked rice. We're gonna go with it that it is. Yeah, I was kind of worried about this. It seems a little soupy. I think because it was instant rice, it's not going to soak up as much liquid as regular rice. So, well. So we're leaving the heat on. We're adding our drained peas and our drained water chestnuts. Water chestnuts don't really have much of a flavor. They just give you a really nice crunch. And you just want to kind of heat that through because, you know, these came out of like room temperature cans. Maybe increase the heat on that. Maybe we can evaporate some of this liquid.
I think so.
A little cornstarch, a little water.
So you're adding cornstarch because why?
Because it's that water is taking too long to evaporate. So instead of trying to evaporate it, I want to thicken it up.
Okay.
You just don't want that's just too runny. And you never want to throw cornstarch directly into your thing. You always want to dissolve it in a little bit of liquid.
Okay, we'll get that.
Try not to throw your thing on the floor. So I'm not even dumping the whole thing. I'm just adding a little bit. I'm going to crank that heat down a bit since I'm not trying to evaporate it all now. Just a matter of making some adjustments.
How much cornstarch was that?
Maybe half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. And just enough water to dissolve it?
To dissolve it and just, you know, make a little, I call it a slurry.
Yeah.
But if you look at you can already tell the liquid is much thicker. Mm-hmm. It's not so runny as it was before. And then that's just going to lend itself to a nicer, you know, eating experience. So I don't think I even need to add the rest of that.
Yeah.
And that is the French fried onions.
How much is that?
That is approximately 3 ounces. So that would be like one normal size can or half of a large can.
Okay.
Which we had a large can, so I measured out half of it. And you can pretty much turn off the heat at this point. You're just adding in that last minute little kick. And this is where when you get your serving, you can top it with whatever you want. I know Bill likes teriyaki. I prefer soy sauce.
Smells good. So I got some peas, I got some water chestnuts, got some turkey, rice. Pretty hot. It was good. You get the crunch from the water chestnut and the French fried onions. Very good. Real easy one dish wonder. Hamburger and a Pea Patch. Highly recommended. It's a staple in our house. Hopefully it'll be a staple in yours. So check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/bhertzing and subscribe. Got a lot more recipes coming up, a lot more ideas. We're having fun in the kitchen if you can't tell. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Adaptation and improvisation is key to successful cooking sometimes.